Hello and welcome to my Troll Invasion guide. To get to Troll Invasion, it is up in the northwestern part of Birthrup. So you can either walk from a place like Falador, or you can simply use a Games Necklace teleport. The first option puts you directly there. There's a bank very close by, and it is by far the easiest way to get to Troll Invasion. There are two versions that you can play this Distraction and Diversion in. If it is your first time, you have to play the easy version, which has 20 waves. And because it's 20 waves, it does tend to be a little bit longer. However, each wave means you get 5 new supplies at the supply table, which means you have a lot more use on the supply table on the easy waves. Cliff is completely by himself on the easy waves, which means it's a lot easier to fight him. However, one of the biggest disadvantages is there's 4 dynamite trolls, and each one can destroy your supply table, and if you're not paying attention, you have a very high chance of losing your supply table. For the hard version, it is a 7 waves, so it is fairly short. It took me less than 15 minutes to complete. You have a lot less use of the supply table though. You only have 35 total uses, where in the easy version you have about 100. One of the other disadvantages of the hard version is that Cliff has many other trolls when he's there, which means it is much easier to die and can be a little bit harder for lower level. However, there are only 2 dynamite trolls in the last 2 waves, which means really you do not have to focus on getting rid of those, and even if you do lose your supply table, it's usually not a huge problem. So I've been talking about the supply table a little bit, but this is the supply table with the purple man replenishing it. He replenishes it for 5 uses every single wave, which means you can use it as much as you want. It heals your health to full, most of your per points, restores all your stats, and restores your special. These are the first 5 trolls you can face in the Distraction and Diversion Troll Invasion. The first one you will see is a mountain troll. It uses melee and it's not very dangerous. The Troll Ranger obviously uses range and it has a special that can hit fairly hard, so simply pray range pretty much the entire time. There's also the poorly cooked Karambun. Uses melee, but it's not aggressive to you. But if it does get close, it will lower your stats, and you do have to kill it, so you will lower your stats a little bit when you try to kill it. Troll General, which uses melee and can hit fairly hard. And there's the Wizard, which uses magic, and it has several special attacks, one that can move you and freeze you, and it can also summon some vines that deal damage on a 3x3 square. For the second set of 5 trolls, the first 2 are Link, the Troll Father, and the Troll Runt. The Troll Father uses range, and the Troll Runt uses melee. The Troll Runt is not very dangerous, and neither is the Troll Father, but there are 4 Troll Runts per Father, and if the Troll Runt falls below half health, the Father will start healing them, which means you have to kill the Troll Father first before you kill the Troll Runts. After that, there's the Summoner. These summon 4 different familiars. The familiars are not actually linked to the summoners, so you have to kill the summons individually and kill the summoner to move on to the next wave. After that, it is the most dangerous troll, the Dynamite Troll. It is the most dangerous because it will go straight for your supply table and try to destroy it. To stop this, just hit it once with either a crossbow bolt or a normal melee attack, but if you use melee, try to get away pretty quickly because it will explode right after. After that is the boss, whose name is Cliff. He uses all attack styles, but he is not too dangerous. If you are meleeing him, simply pray melee, and if you are at range, pray range. He will occasionally use magic attack, but it's pretty rare, and none of it hits too hard. Simply use a few specials and he's usually dealt with very quickly. Okay, so for the gear, I advise a Vrak helm, helm of nets and knots fine. Really any type of good melee type helm or anything like that works great. Amulet of Fury, Amulet of Glory is fine. Soulworst cape, but if you have a fire cape or just any type of cape really that works. I'm going to use broad bolts as well. This is not my main attack weapon, so you only need a few, but it's helpful for attracting some of the trolls and hitting the dynamite trolls quickly. You want a main attack weapon. I have a chaotic longsword, chaotic rapier works, chaotic maul, or just a whip works fine as well. I'm using the Carol's top. A black dragonhide top works fine. You do want some mage protection, so that's why I have this. I recommend a dragon defender. You usually don't take too much damage. If you are worried about taking a lot of damage, then just put another shield in your inventory. I recommend a Varax skirt. Any Barrows item or a Bandos skirt, that also works. RFT gloves, obviously best gloves. I highly recommend dragon boots, and then just whatever ring you want. I like the Onyx ring imbued, Berserker ring imbued, Warrior ring, just whatever you really want. For the inventory, you want a special weapon. You'll be using this a lot. I use it almost the entire way through. So Dragon Claw is obviously the best special weapon. If you do not have Dragon Claws, I recommend a Dragon Halberd. Almost all the trolls in the Troll Invasion Distraction Diversion are 2 squares or bigger, which means the Dragon Halberd hits twice, so it is very effective. I'm bringing a Fire Titan pouch. This is just for healing and also combat familiar. I recommend a combat familiar over a healing familiar, but whatever you really have works fine. I bring 2 overloads. I only use about 3 doses of overload, but extremes or supers work fine as well. Overloads are just a little bit nicer. I highly recommend bringing a Ruined Crossbow. This is, once again, to attract some of the trolls and to attack the dynamite trolls. The rest of my gear is basically just to be there, just in case I need it. So 5 Ceradomin Brews, 2 Super Restores, 8 Prayer Potions, and 7 Rocktails. And then just some scrolls for whatever familiar you bring. Just so you know, on the trip I did, I ate 1 Rocktail, and I used 5 of my Titan Scrolls. And for the rest of my healing, I just used the supply table. Really, you do not need a whole lot of supplies, but if your supply table does get destroyed, you do want enough supplies that you can make it through to the end. In the background is a video of me doing the hard version of Troll Invasion. If you're doing the easy version instead, you want to be ready on waves 14, 17, 18, and 19 for a dynamite troll. Make sure to hit these before they get to your supply table, because you will lose your supply table if you do, or if you don't get to them. Simply stay near the supply table and use it as much as possible to use your special bar as much as possible. Also be careful of wandering into the path in the northwest part, because you'll be hit for constant 50s and 60s that is completely unblockable. It's not uncommon that a poorly cooked Karambwan will wander back there, which means you should bring a Ruined Crossbow with bolts to deal with that much better. I forgot in this video, so that was my bad. The order that you generally want to kill the trolls in is first always prioritize the dynamite trolls, which on the hard version start at waves 6 and 7. After the dynamite trolls are dead, you want to generally kill the wizards, because these teleport you around and can cause quite a bit of damage while freezing you. After that, deal with Cliff, and beyond that, just kill the rest, usually leaving the runts and the normal trolls till last. So here's my final battle with Cliff. Basically just go in and you just want to use your specials, and he generally goes down very quickly. He's not a very hard boss. And as you can see, I actually received very little damage. Next thing I did, I killed the wizards. I killed them a little bit just because I wanted to get Cliff over with. And then just kill the rest, and it's generally fairly easy once you kill Cliff. Thanks for watching. My next video I have planned is either a Bandos solo guide or the Branches of Dirkmeyer boss fight guide. So for those and more videos, please subscribe, and I always appreciate rates and comments.